Welcome,
Critical thinking it up.
welcome. I'm just gonna say that. That's gonna be
Every
my.
single time.
That's gonna be my welcome to everyone. Hello, welcome to the Nursing School Show.
Ask
Glad
us everything. Except
anything.
except that was what the old show is called. And now this is the new show
The new show.
where we talk about topics, and today's is critical thinking.
Critical thinking for nursing students, I think is what I called it.
There you go.
So welcome if you are in the mood for critical thinking.
Okay. Sorry, Instagram.
All right, and Instagram is going
We're
up.
a little late.
Let's see.
Instagram's
Let's go
going
like
up.
that. Let's. Whoa. Oh no. There you go.
Bumping the YouTube camera.
Don't bump the YouTube camera, guys. Don't bump the YouTube camera. All right.
Hello,
Welcome.
Instagram.
Hi,
okay,
Instagram.
now we can officially get
All right,
started.
we're gonna get
The
started.
gang's all here.
All right. Well, let's get more of you in Instagram.
Hello.
There we go. All right.
Hi.
Happy.
What day is it?
What day is it today, everyone?
It's
Help
Wednesday.
me out.
We
Help
had
me
our
out.
coaching call today for
Oh.
Nursing SOS members, so that means it's Wednesday.
Happy
hey,
Hump
guys.
Day.
Oh, that commercial's so funny.
Man, it's been a while.
We don't have
been a
TV,
second
so
since that one came out.
we haven't seen that one in a while. P.S. Who loves my mug? Who loves it? I just want to watch Hallmark Christmas movies all day. Who is like mourning the fact that Christmas is over with me?
It's not just it's over. Today is February 2nd, everyone. Let's take a moment to think and wonder what happened to January.
That's true.
But
I didn't think about that. That's
happy
funny.
February, everyone.
Hello.
Also, while we are live, we are doing a promotion on the Nursing School Study System, which will be going Wednesday, and college is closed due to a snowstorm. Sorry,
Seesaw?
I have to stop because someone's typing fascinating
We
things.
got
in
snow
YouTube.
today here too.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Code.
It's 2/2/22.
It is 2/2/22, but that's not the big one.
Way to blow my mind.
The big one is the 22nd of this month, because it will be Tuesday. It's a Tuesday. It's on Tuesday. I learned that from TikTok, guys. It's Tuesday.
Wow, it's too late for us to be on live video.
Use
my friends.
Use code STUDY. Get $10 off the Nursing School Study System. NursingSchoolSuccess.com //study system. There you go. We're going to be talking about critical thinking, and there's critical thinking in here.
Okay, first I have to tell you the story. I have to tell you guys the story. Who was on our coaching call today for our Nursing SOS membership community? Raise your hand. Who was on the coaching call? Better question, who tried to get on the coaching call today? It was, Nicole texted me after. She was like, that was a literal technology dumpster fire.
We had some issues.
We have been having a big tech issue day. So let me just tell you what happened. Real quick, story time.
All right.
So I tried to get on Facebook Live for our membership community coaching call. Wednesdays, so fun. So I jump on live. I try to bring Nicole on, and there's literally like a 5-minute delay between me talking and everyone else getting what I'm saying. So that's not live.
Facebook Live is not really live, we found out.
It's apparently not a live experience. It was like such a long delay, and I could not bring Nicole on to do our coaching call. And so it was very tough. So we switched over to Zoom. I tried to do Zoom, and then Zoom was not working either. I have got to tell you, like, Zoom has been crashing ever since the whole everything started 2 years ago. Zoom has been not fun to deal with.
Seesaw mentioned StreamYard as well. I looked it up after another member mentioned that. Yeah, it's interesting. I think I will figure something out, and we'll figure something out and make things streamlined for next time. But yeah.
Yeah, well, I tried Zoom, and then so Zoom didn't work, and then we did our webinar platform, and then our webinar platform worked. but
Kind
like
of.
halfway through, my audio cut out. Can you believe? You guys, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
So we've had an awesome day. Comment down below. How was your day? Any exams going on? Any fun, exciting things like Christina had today?
Christina's kind of brain dead. So maybe we just turn this into a chat session.
Would you like that too? Just chat sessions.
Would
Just
you like
chat
chat
sessions with
sessions?
Christina and Matthew.
I gotta tell you.
That could work too.
I gotta tell you. Okay, let's jam on critical thinking.
All right.
Now that
critical thinking.
Now that
NursingSchoolSuccess.com/study system. Use code study for $10 off while we are live, because that's what Christina's going to be using. This book is awesome.
Going through it.
Yes.
It is awesome. I was
Not sure how to
just
approach
telling
study. Okay.
Matthew right before we got on this call, like, I love this study system. Woo! This is literally like everything you need to pass nursing school right here, to like DIY it yourself, learn how to study.
Hey, you're here on your study break.
Fun.
Hey.
Yeah.
And Seesaw got a 9 out of 10 on lab exam.
Of
on your lab
course
exam.
you did.
Congratulations.
You are awesome. All right. So the first
Adult
thing I
health
want to talk
theory.
about. Oh, where did I put my DRC model? Okay. So I have three things actually to talk about with you about critical thinking. So critical thinking has two parts to it in nursing school. The first part is planning ahead. So you need to be able to plan ahead, know what's coming up for your patients when you're at clinical, when you get case scenario questions at school, during your nursing school exams, you need to know, kind of like thinking through those questions. Okay, what could happen? What is going on with this question? You always need to be critically thinking in that way, like planning ahead. So for example, when you're at clinical, you can't just, like, you have so many patients to take care of, right? All at the same time. And you can't just go into this room and then go into this room and go and do one thing in each room. You have to batch your tasks together. You have to batch your nursing care together. So let's say you have a patient, you're giving meds. You need to make sure that you have everyone's meds, that when you walk into the room, you're going to assess them, get their vitals, if they need like a blood glucose done. You have to batch your tasks together all at once. You're not just going to go in and grab one person's blood glucose and then go do one vital sign for someone else, or like one vital sign. Like, is that a vital sign? That would be crazy if you're like, I'm just going to take your heart rate. Then I'm going to come back and do your blood pressure in a minute. No, we want to batch things together, right? So it's just a better use of our time. So that is really planning ahead when you know what's coming. Let's say, you need blood glucose before, you give your patient their afternoon medications or something, or it's the morning, if you're giving their AM meds, then you need to get their blood pressure before you give their meds, something like that. So you have to batch your things together, and then you're going to, make sure you have the vital signs cart with you when you go into the room, right? So you're always thinking ahead of, okay, what do I need? What am I going to do when I get in that room? What do I need to bring into that room? What could they possibly need from me right now? Let's say it's morning. Do you want to bring them a wet washcloth so they can, wash their face? Do they need an extra gown? Do they need some water? Like, anticipate their needs, right? This is nursing care. Like, anticipate what your patients will need. And so batching your care together and planning ahead. So that's the first part to critical thinking. Now, the second part is more complicated. It's where you connect the dots between everything that you're learning. So when you are, studying the cardiac system, you are not only just studying the cardiac system, but you are also studying how the cardiac system integrates with the respiratory system, and then how the cardiac system integrates with the renal system and the neurological system and all these things, right? So we're going to connect the dots with everything else you're learning about in nursing school. So that is the second part to critical thinking. So we have 1, planning ahead, and then we have 2, connecting the dots. So those are those two parts. So remember those, okay? As we go through the next part of critical thinking. So I have two really good critical thinking exercises. I'm going to call them exercises for you to do, or like, what do I want to call them? Study aids. I don't know. Critical thinking study aids.
Sure.
Exercises.
I like that. Study aids are fine.
That sounds good. Okay. So the first one we're going to talk about to help you really connect the dots between all of the concepts, right? Who has taken a med-surg test? Raise your hand or send up a like. Like us on YouTube, like the video on YouTube, or send up hearts on Instagram if you have taken a exam so far in nursing school.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have taken an exam in nursing school, give us a heart, give us a like. We've got lots of likes on YouTube.
There's also people that are some tests coming up Tuesday. Paz. Yeah, definitely some tests going on or have happened already.
Hi, Marsha. Hi, Paz. Hi, Sarah. Mar for Joe's. Hello, my friend.
Also,
Sarah.
While we're on a little break here, Lily said you need that book.
Oh,
that book being the study system.
You do need
Go
this
ahead,
book.
NursingSchoolOfSuccess.com/study system. And while we're on our live, code STUDY gets you $10 off.
Yep. So yes, when you have taken a exam before, right? Seesaw, and you have, let's see, Marsha, Paz, let's see, Rita. Oh, I'm not reading that right. Rumana, Kenyatta, and Eniola. Hi, Paz. Did I say Paz? Similian, hello. Mar for Joe's, of course. Sarah. So you guys have all taken exams before.
Yeah, lots of tests.
Let me scroll up on Instagram. Oh yeah, Sarah, that was you. Okay. Yeah, you guys have all taken nursing school exams. So oxygenation is next for you. Okay, fantastic. Right. That's great. If you have taken a nursing school exam, which most of you guys have, you know that they're not just going to test you on how well you memorize a list of things or a list of topics or a list of facts. They're not going to do that. Even in fundamentals, that's not going to happen. You are going to get a case scenario question or, this like patient situation question. And then they're going to ask you critical thinking questions, like what would your first action be with this patient? Or what would you expect to happen? Or like, what would your nursing care be? Or, things like that. Select all that apply, and you really have to think like this takes a lot of brain power to answer nursing exam questions like this, which are all of them. Unfortunate reality. So you have to be able to connect the concepts together, regardless of if you're in fundamentals, med-surg, critical care, what have you. Hey, yeah, so all of you guys have taken exams. What term are you in right now? Are you in fundamentals? Are you in med-surg? Are you in critical care? Are you about to graduate? What are you in right now?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me in the comments.
Let's see. Sarah going to semester 3.
So what does semester 3 mean to you? I always ask, okay, because if you're in like an accelerated bachelor's, that would be like your last semester. But if you're in, a 4-year program, that could be your second year, third year.
Seesaw's in first semester.
Med-surg.
Joshua prepping for the NCLEX. Yeah.
Indeed.
I think tomorrow is our NCLEX topic, right?
Yes, we're going to talk about, so tomorrow, Matthew and I are going on live again at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Again, just like today. But tomorrow's topic will be the NCLEX, the new NCLEX. So we're going to kind of jam on that. So actually, if you guys have questions about the new NCLEX, leave them in the comments and I will take a look at those before we go live tomorrow. And hopefully I can answer as many as possible.
Yeah. So Joshua's prepping for NCLEX. I don't know how to say that one. Studying for NCLEX. Excel. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
A lot of you guys
senior
are
semester
awesome.
3. Cool.
Okay, Sarah, you said 3 out of 4.
3
so
out of 4,
yeah, you're almost done. So med-surg and L&D.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Jesslyn, hello, med-surg. Marford Joes, where are you now? Again, are you in med-surg? I forget. Where are you at? Yeah, okay. Is there more SATA questions? Yeah, we're gonna jam on that a lot tomorrow for sure. Sarah,
I don't think
I'm
SATA questions
glad.
ever go away.
SATA questions are never gonna go away. They're gonna haunt our dreams for forever. Sarah, I'm glad you're looking forward to tomorrow's live. Yeah, pay attention to the not part of the question. I agree. So if you are in fundamentals or if you are in med-surg, the critical thinking tips stand regardless. It's going to get more intense as you progress through your program, though. So fundamentals is going to be more basic simply for the fact of the matter is that you don't know as much. That you haven't done the deep med-surg study on all the body systems like cardiac and renal and endocrine and all those things that you'll get in med-surg. So you will still have case scenario questions. You will still have to critically think. However, like Eniola, you said oxygenation. You're going to be critically thinking around topics like oxygenation, fluids and electrolytes, intake and output for a patient, fluid overload, fluid deficit, all of these things that you learn about in a fundamentals class. And then as you get into med-surg, it gets a little more intense. Then you have to connect and say, okay, well, how does oxygenation then connect with what I'm learning about with the cardiac system? And how would I help a patient with, oxygenation for that disorder? Or same thing. I mean, kind of how does like fluid balance? The cardiac system's so good because everything really just the cardiac system is impacted by so much, right? And it impacts so much. So I like to use that as an example because we all know about it. Go ahead.
No, I think that's really good. Just really connecting the dots is really an important part about this whole critical thinking. And I think that's just a general guideline for going through nursing school in general is just try and think outside the box. Just don't get too tunnel vision on exactly one thing or just the list of signs and symptoms for this one disorder. Think about how it actually interacts, go back to pathophysiology, and also how it connects to the rest of the body, because you're going to be looking at the patient as a whole. Everything connects together, and just realizing that nursing school is getting you to be the best nurse out there. And that's really just the whole care, the whole package.
And
Eniola was also saying she's really looking forward to the NCLEX one tomorrow.
Yep.
So be sure to subscribe, hit the bell so you do not miss our live tomorrow. And all our lives are also posted on our YouTube after they're live. So you can always come back there. So be sure to subscribe and hit the bell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Marford Joes, I have a big question for you. You said you're taking pathophysiology next semester, but you're in med-surg now. Is that common to take pathophysiology after you take med-surg? Because that does not make sense to me. Has this been anyone else's experience? Because this is something I will have to think about if this is the case for some of you. When do you take pathophysiology? Do you take pathophysiology before med-surg or after med-surg? I just find that really confusing, Marford Joes. I'm a little confused by that because that kind of changes your critical thinking strategy. If you are taking pathophysiology after you take med-surg, that doesn't really make sense to me.
Marsha took patho first, which
took patho first.
Makes more sense.
Yeah, because like because to me, I mean, you have to know the patho before you can do med-surg. No, but I didn't before.
Now med-surg.
Going to take patho
next semester.
Okay,
now med-surg.
Can you clarify? I'm confused now.
Oh, okay. Down.
Oh, okay. Alexander, you said you didn't have a patho class. I didn't. Well, I had anatomy and physiology, and then our patho was actually kind of blended in with all of our med-surg content. So we actually learned patho right alongside of it. Yeah, thought it's before med-surg. Similian. Am I missing No, I am. Okay, Similian. I patho should definitely be before med-surg. So, okay. So here's what you're going to want to do. So this is a really good, this is exactly what I wanted to talk to you about with pathophysiology and with med-surg or fundamentals. So even if you are in fundamentals, if you're in med-surg, if you're in OB, peds, critical care, what have you, use this model, okay? This is what we call the DRC critical thinking model, okay? So like Matthew said, don't worry. You don't need to write this down because this video, we're going to post it up on YouTube. We're going to save this live. It's going to be up on our YouTube channel for forever. And so you can watch it later and take notes on it later if you want. So here's the DRC critical thinking model. I will just run you through it real quick. So the first part is the D, and that means description or definition. So high level, what is the description or the definition of whatever you are learning about in nursing school? I think that is backwards for you guys, but that's fine. You know,
not on YouTube. YouTube is the right way.
Not on YouTube. It's the right way, apparently. Yep. I don't know if you can see like the tiny little gray words, but it says description, definition. All right, so high level, what's the description? What's the definition of whatever you're learning about? So let's say, you know, if you're learning about heart failure, what is heart failure? What's the description of it? What is going on with a patient with heart failure? Okay. And then reason or rationale is the R. Now, this is the pathophysiology. So Mar for Joe's, Seesaw, you didn't have a patho class. Similian, it's before med-surg. Marcia, before med-surg. So if you guys are in patho now, or you maybe struggled with patho and are now in med-surg and need to kind of like refresh on it, here's your R. This is the patho part, reason or rationale. So if we're talking about a med-surg disorder or a fundamentals disorder like heart failure or stroke or diabetes, something like that, up here you would put the definition. So what is the definition or description of whatever you are learning about? Okay, so like high level, what is going on? The R is your patho. What is the reason or rationale that that thing is happening? What's the rationale for it? What's the reason for it? So here is where you really need to dive deep into the patho, okay? So it's so important. It's so important that you guys know your pathophysiology about what is going on with the patient, because the pathophysiology is going to be the foundation for everything else that you're learning. And we'll talk about that in a minute, okay? Because here, when we get down to the C, this is connection. You have to connect the dots. This is really where it could stand for the critical thinking part too, because it's a C. But connection, C stands for connection. Connect the dots back to everything else that you're learning, okay? So description or definition for the D, reason or rationale for the R, and then C for connection. So this is where you're going to connect the dots with everything else. So how does that patho of this disorder relate to the patho of other disorders? How does heart failure as a topic and as like the signs and symptoms that you're going to see, how does it relate to a patient with diabetes? What would you see if you had a patient with both diabetes and heart failure? What would you see in a patient with, you know, diabetes and hypertension? They often have both. So what does that look like? Okay. That is your C. You really have to connect the dots. And that is what nursing school is all about, is connecting the dots between everything that you are learning. Okay. So, excuse me. So pathophysiology here for the R, and then connection. Now so when patho comes up here, there's 3 things that you're going to write down here. Okay. 4 key things that you always have to study in nursing school. Okay. You ready? Pathophysiology, signs and symptoms, nursing assessment, and nursing interventions. Those are the 4 main things that you always have to focus your study time on. Even if your instructor doesn't teach in lecture class, even if you walk out of class and you are so confused and just have no idea what just happened, doesn't matter. Focus on 4 main things. Okay, you ready? Someone write these down on Instagram. Someone write them down on YouTube. I do this every time. Patho, signs and symptoms, nursing assessment, and nursing interventions. All right, patho, signs and symptoms, nursing assessment, and nursing interventions. So when you're looking at the DRC critical thinking model and you've got DRC, so description or definition. So what is heart failure? What is diabetes? What is it? High level, okay? The R, what is going on? What is the reason that it's happening? Pathophysiology, what is the reason? Connection. So your patho is here, and then connection is going to be the other three categories, okay? Signs and symptoms, the nursing assessment, and the nursing intervention. That is where this goes. Any tips for respiratory distress?
Let's run through it.
Yes.
For respiratory distress.
Do the DRC critical thinking model. Well, there's a lot of reasons for respiratory distress. Someone give them to me.
Ooh.
Why could a patient be in respiratory distress?
This is an experience, guys.
Live. Yeah, so patho is the reason. So the reason or rationale. So when we talk about a disorder, when we talk about any med-surg disorder, fundamentals disorder, so like there's disorders that you'll study and sorry, I keep like banging on the desk. I don't know. I like to like sit up on my knees. So sorry. I hope you guys can't like hear that in the microphone. Thanks, Alexander. Patho, signs and symptoms, nursing assessment, and nursing intervention. Someone write it on YouTube, okay? 4 things: patho, signs and symptoms, nursing assessment, and nursing interventions, okay? Fundamentals test on Monday too. Hey, Jana, can you tell me what disorders or what is your fundamentals test on? Can you tell me? What is your fundamentals test on? Yeah, so I mean, let's just do heart failure because fundamentals is going to cover heart failure most likely. That's why I asked you, Jana. Because oftentimes in fundamentals, you're going to learn about those high level disorders, right? Diabetes, hypertension, heart failure, all those things, stroke perhaps too. So I always like using heart failure as an example because most people know about it. Respiratory distress, you don't really get to until you study respiratory system in med-surg. So let's just use heart failure so everyone understands. So the D here, like what is heart failure? What is going on? Well, in left-sided heart failure, which is normally what you would start with learning about. So the left side of the heart cannot pump blood out to the body. There's something going on with the left side of the heart, and it's not able to pump blood out to the body anymore. So the heart is really going to struggle to get that blood flow to the body. So high level overview, okay? Yep, description. So D, so what is the high level overview? What is going on in a patient with left-sided heart failure, okay? So the heart is really struggling to pump blood to the body. Thank you, you guys are awesome. So description or definition, okay? Reason or rationale. Why would that happen? Well, heart failure can happen for a lot of reasons. Someone give me some. Interactive again. Lungs, yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, does that make sense? So then that would be your patho. So you could use this for also any of your clinical patients. So whatever happens, thank you, Samantha, perfect. So any of your whatever your patient situation is too, you could put the patho here. Like what is going on with their particular. I love Samantha. Samantha, you're fantastic. Samantha knows all the answers tonight, friends. So whatever is going on with your particular patient, the pathophysiology, what is happening in the body, okay, with your patient. And then the connection. You guys are awesome. I love it. And then the connection. How do those things all play into everything else that you're learning? So let's say you have a patient like Samantha, like you, for example, you have a patient with both hypertension and heart failure, okay? Then in this connection part, you're going to write how those things play together. Is hypertension going to help or hurt heart failure? Is heart failure going to help or hurt hypertension? What happens if the patient has too much fluid? What happens if the patient has too little fluid? What is going on with their blood pressure? What signs and symptoms would you expect to see? What nursing assessments would you expect to do for a patient with both heart failure and hypertension? Things like that. What nursing interventions, like what medications would you expect to give? All that stuff. I feel like I've been talking so much today. I'm sorry. We had like our group coaching call and I've been on Instagram all day and bleh.
Jana, you came back. So I'm not sure if you heard Christina's question, but she was curious about your fundamentals test and exactly what you're going over on your fundamentals test.
Yeah, I'm curious, Jana. Yeah, Samantha.
So Samantha apparently
you're the best.
is a teacher's favorite, according to Scott.
You win tonight. That's so funny. Did he call her teacher's favorite? That's so funny. Okay,
Scott's calling out the teacher's pet. It's all right.
I missed it. Cool. That is so funny. I love it. She literally has all the answers. You guys are awesome. Oh, it's so funny. Thank you, Samillian. You're great. Currently studying hypertension. Perfect timing.
Seesaw had a brief question here. Where can she get this pad? Which is a good question. Mm-hmm. It's in a box that we have. We have our nursing school boxes.
That's no longer for sale.
It is not in our store right now.
Because we ran out of them.
It may come back at a later date, but
do you guys want
this awesome pad?
Do you guys want this? Because we
can figure something out.
Ran out of stock on them, and I just have a couple more, really. But I have to keep these for my examples, really. So Yes. Yeah. So would the DRC model help connect why you do assessments and interventions? That's exactly right. Like that's the whole part of I'm going to call it the critical thinking part. The C, the connection, because you have to really, this is where you dig deep, right? Like this is where you have to think, oh, okay, actually, this is fantastic. Fantastic segue. Who said that? Jesslyn. Fantastic segue into the next part of critical thinking that we're going to talk about. Okay. So nursing school study system. It's on page. So make sure you get this. Okay. So this is on our shop, nursingschoolofsuccess.com/study system. Okay.
Use code study, $10 off while we are live. It is the digital copy, so you can download it and throw it on your phone or print it out or do whatever you want with it. So
you would think I would have this memorized by now. Okay, so on page, critical thinking starts on page 17 of the nursing school study system, and it goes to like page 21. So I literally walk you through how to critically think step by step in the study system. So Jesslyn, you asked, would the DRC model help connect why you do assessments and interventions? And the answer is yes, because here in the C is where you're going to write that down, like why, why are you doing the assessments? Why are you doing the interventions? What are those assessments and interventions? But also in the study system, there are 9 critical thinking questions that you need to ask yourself as you do the DRC model. Okay. So this is only half of it, you guys. This is only half of it. So go to the nursing school study system, and on page 17, starting on page 17, you'll see that there are 9 key critical thinking questions to ask yourself. So I'm going to go through just a couple of them that relate to Jesselyn, your question, because I don't think I have time to go through all of them. Okay, so question number 2, how does the disorder that you're studying, right, the disorder that you wrote about in your DRC critical thinking model, how does it impact a patient without comorbidities? And then question 3, how does it impact a patient with comorbidities? Okay, so that's the C. Like you have to ask yourself, how do these disorders play together? Okay, how does this topic interact and impact a patient with another disorder? Or how does this topic impact a patient with no other comorbidities? Like, let's say they're a healthy, 22-year-old, but they just happen to have, cardiomyopathy, which happens. So, what interventions, what assessments are you going to do for that patient versus, maybe perhaps an elderly patient who also has hypertension and diabetes? Okay, does that make sense? So question number 4, what interventions are most likely to be ordered by the doctor? All right, so I actually like questions 4 and 5. You have to be asking yourselves this, and I'll tell you why in a minute. What interventions are most likely to be ordered by a doctor? And then the next question is, what interventions are within my scope of practice to do without a doctor's order? Okay. So these are things that you have to think through as you go through the DRC critical thinking model. Okay. So these 9 key critical thinking questions, they're inside the nursing school study system. So make sure you get that and check those out. I'm just going to jam on this real quick. It is so important before your exams that you think through, okay, what nursing interventions can I do without a doctor's order? And I'll tell you why. Because you will get to your exam and you will have several questions on your exam that ask you what your action is going to be, like what you would do as an intervention. And one of the answers is going to be call the doctor. And I'm telling you right now,
that's my favorite answer.
It's not the right answer.
Oh.
Do not choose it. Do not be a Matthew. Yeah, do not choose that answer. If you see a nursing school exam question that has an answer, call the doctor. You need to make sure that there is nothing else you can do, right? You have to think through that question. Okay, what interventions are within my scope of practice as a nurse to do without a doctor's order? So you better be thinking about that question before you go into your exams, because you will get tested on this. Okay. Good. How does this intervention impact a patient without comorbidities? And how does this intervention impact a patient with comorbidities? Jeff, you said, so would you do this for every disorder? Seems like a lot of DRC models. Yes, it does. Yes.
Here's the thing though. Critical thinking is something that you practice too.
Mm-hmm.
So this is to get you in the mode of thinking through these steps. So it happens more automatically. The notepad is just a tool to help you remember those 3 steps and work through it. And you'll also get faster at it too, as you get used to really talking about the main thing is the connection and how everything connects together.
Right.
So yes, it's a lot, but also it'll get easier and it'll start clicking a lot quicker for you once you start doing it this way.
And Jeff, kind of like what we talked about, you're basically doing like 3 things at a time, right? So like what we said, I mean, on your DRC model, do heart failure, do diabetes, and do hypertension all at the same time. You know, I mean, that's, yeah. I mean, they all flow together.
Jen and Seesaw has some side discussions going on. I see you there.
Never call the doctor unless someone is dying and there are no orders in place that you can do on an NCLEX question. Yes. So that's really kind of the rule. Like, don't call the doctor. If you get an NCLEX question that says like, call the doctor, don't do it.
Don't pawn off your work on the doctor.
Don't
do it.
Yeah. That's something that a lot of, like, that's a phrase, you know, don't pass the buck. Okay. Don't pass the buck on an NCLEX question. So we're going to talk about that more tomorrow night, actually.
All right.
So
yeah. Tomorrow's the NCLEX night. So be sure to subscribe, hit the bell. We're talking more about the NCLEX, the new NCLEX, and nothing but the NCLEX tomorrow. No, that's not true. We'll probably talk about other things too.
We're going to talk about other things. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Yep. So funny.
Let's see. Jana answered back. See, Jana and Seesaw had a side discussion because Jana was talking about what was in her fundamentals test.
Awesome.
Nursing process, Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Okay.
Critical thinking and planning.
Yes.
Nursing interventions. Hey. So,
yep.
Awesome.
So everything we're talking about. Actually, okay, Jana, you're gonna want to come. Samantha, you take your NCLEX tomorrow. That's why you know all the answers. You're gonna do fine, my friend. That's hilarious.
So what you should do is join us tomorrow on our NCLEX call and tell us how you did.
Tell us how it went.
The live is 7 Pacific, right?
7 Pacific is tomorrow. Yeah. Yep. So we'll be on 7 Pacific tomorrow night. And Samantha, good luck on your NCLEX. No. You cannot talk about the NCLEX after you take the NCLEX.
Yes.
But tell us how you did, Samantha. Okay, come back tomorrow unless you're, out with friends or something. So that's so exciting. All right, there was one that I wanted to touch on. Oh yeah, it was Jana. Yeah. So nursing process, Maslow's hierarchy, critical thinking and planning, and nursing interventions. So all of that we're going to talk about probably tomorrow, Jana. So if you can come back tomorrow for our NCLEX discussion tomorrow, there's a lot that is really going to be helpful for you. And all of you guys, because actually tomorrow we're going to jam on how to answer nursing school exam questions. And that's pretty much all you need to do to pass your exams. So know how to do that. Like, do the DRC model, do the, watch our video tomorrow and I'll give you some NCLEX hacks and you'll be good.
Yeah. That sounds fun.
Yeah. If you need more help, join the membership community and I'll coach you on things. It'll be great. Yeah.
Yeah. So the study systems is just kind of like your DIY setup of everything from Christina's own experiences and how to study in nursing school. If you want a more guided, holding a hand?
If you want me to hold your hand through nursing school,
digitally hold your hand.
Join the Nursing SOS
And we also have
community.
the membership community.
Someone asked if we have, videos on respiratory. Yes, we have a whole course on the respiratory system. We have a whole course on endocrine, on cardiac, on neuro, on GI, renal, everything. Did I say neuro already? You've got, we've got it all. We have fundamentals, we have critical care, we've got all the things. So inside the Nursing SOS membership community, you will definitely want to join if you want, if you're struggling with learning patho, if you're struggling with learning, signs and symptoms of things, nursing assessment, nursing interventions, you're going to want to jump into the Nursing SOS membership community and I will walk you through it all. Yes, OB, we have a whole course on OB, labor and delivery. Yes.
It's closed right now, but join the waitlist and you'll be the first to know when it opens. NursingSchoolOfSuccess.com/join.
Yes.
And those two links are in the description in YouTube. So you can just click on those guys.
TX Kika. Yes, we have all the complications for OB in the community. Yep. Yes. Well, you guys,
all right, Samantha, take care. Have fun studying.
Good luck. You're going to do fantastic, Samantha. Like, seriously, you're going to do awesome.
Oh, here you go.
Cool.
Just to throw one your way, Agatha, how do you answer questions and fundamentals? I mean, knowing which one to choose when they all look alike. So we're going to be talking about, there is sounds coming.
I hear the baby. Monitor. I hear the baby every time.
So Agatha.
It's like a timer. Yeah, 7:40 every time. Yeah. It's like a little alarm clock. Okay.
Let me copy that down, Agatha, and we'll put a pin on it and we'll answer that.
How do you answer questions and fundamentals? Knowing which one to choose when it all
you have your tips
looks alike.
You have your tips on what to answer.
I've got it all in the study system, Agatha, actually. So if you go to NursingSchoolOfSuccess.com/study system, there's a whole chapter in this book on how to answer NCLEX style questions. So nursing school exam questions. There's a ton of hacks in here for you. And then tomorrow I will jam on a few as well, probably. Is there a good one though for fundamentals when they all look alike? So, okay. So, all right. I can say a couple. I can say a couple things. So Agatha, if there are any nursing school exam questions that you get where two of the answers look identical and are very hard to tell apart, they're both most likely incorrect. However, if there are two answers that are direct opposite or stark contrast to each other, one of those is most likely the correct answer. Okay. Yeah, baby's waking up. So, okay, one more thing real quick. If there's something called an umbrella answer. So if you see an answer that is significantly longer than other answers in that question, and it contains pieces of other answers, but it's like longer. Let's say like the longer one is D, and then it contains pieces of answer A and answer C. Do you see what I'm saying? That's called an umbrella answer. That one is most likely the correct one. Because it kind of covers, everything. Kind of covers all the other things. Okay.
Now,
I'm gonna run out.
Take that. Take all that information and don't do what I did. And for all of my multiple choice questions on all my exams, I just chose the longest one. because I didn't want to read it, so I just chose the
Don't
longest
do that.
one. Don't do that.
Hey, by the way, did we ever
Do not
introduce
do
ourselves?
that.
He's not a nurse, by the way.
I'm not a nurse, so
He's
take
not a
everything
nurse,
I'm
by the
saying
way.
with a grain of salt.
Mhm.
I'm just here for the kicks and giggles. So yes, but definitely
That's
those are good
funny.
tips. And tomorrow we will have more tips for you,
For the
and we're
NCLEX,
going to
yeah.
be diving into the NCLEX. So be sure to subscribe, hit the bell, and again,
Yeah.
we're wrapping up here for tonight. But for a little bit longer, NursingSchoolSuccess.com/study system. Get $10 off the study system that we've been talking about and jamming
Yeah.
about. And
It's going to help you so much through nursing school, I've got to
yes.
tell you. Yep. The DRC critical thinking model, following the 9 key critical thinking questions on page 17, starting on page 17. Just going to help you so much. We also have examples here in the study system of DRC critical thinking model walkthrough. So we did some tonight, but then there's also more in the study system as well. So there you go. If you guys
Awesome.
need more help. And then of course, yeah, for sure. I mean, get on the Nursing SOS membership community waitlist. You for sure want to join that. Like, you do not want to miss out on enrollment for that. So enrollment will be, I don't know when.
In the future.
Soon as but get on the wait list for that, okay, so that I can hold your hand through nursing school. We have a nursing team with us as well, so you can always submit your questions to us and we will get back to you. We are literally here to walk you through nursing school step by step inside the Nursing SOS membership community. So go to NursingSchoolOfSuccess.com/join and check out the details on that.
For sure.
Get on the list to be the first to know when enrollment opens, because seriously, my friends, you do not want to miss it. I just, okay, real quick. I know he's waking up, but I just need to say something.
He's fine.
So I literally received multiple emails last week of nursing students telling me that they did not join the Nursing SOS membership community the last time enrollment was open.
Happens every time.
And then they failed out of their program or they failed their class. So I literally we got like 3 emails all in a row of students telling me, okay, I didn't join. Like, they didn't join and then they failed. Like, friends. And I literally told Matthew, I was like, this has to stop happening. Like, we cannot let this happen. This is the problem, right? We do not want nursing students to fail a class, fail an exam, fail out of the program. Like, that is not what we want to happen, right? So please, please, please do not put off joining the Nursing SOS membership community, because we will help you through it. We will help you. We will help you get through nursing school.
She will. I'm here for the laughs and giggles.
I will help you get through nursing school. Our nursing team will. So, you're going to love the videos. You're going to love our nursing team. You're going to love, like, you can submit for a tutor form to us. You can submit your questions and a nurse on our team, gets back to you, answering those questions. So, make sure to join.
NursingSchoolOfSuccess.com.
.clam.
Not .clam.
Oh,
NursingSchoolOfSuccess.com/join for more information and get on that wait list.
Yep, get on the wait list, because enrollment will open again in the future. So I was going to say something else about that, but now it lost me.
Okay.
Just please join, because I do not like getting those emails. I do not like getting the emails of students saying, oh no, I missed an enrollment. It happens every single time, literally. Like, the minute we close enrollment, we start getting emails of people saying, I missed it. How can I get in? And so please don't miss it. So,
and we do close membership because we focus on the membership.
Yeah.
We focus on all the fancy, fun new things that are coming out
yes.
as well. Like Christina said, they just had a coaching call today where they were talking about things.
You weren't there.
I was not there. They were talking about things.
What were you talking about?
But that is fancy and fresh. Funny. And
So every week now. So that is new. So if you are a Nursing SOS member, that is brand new that we just started doing, is coaching calls. So weekly coaching calls. I'm getting on live video. Nicole, our lead nurse on our team, is getting on live video with me, and we are coaching you. We are coaching you. So today we talked about time management and how to plan your time, how to save time, studying how to save time in nursing school so that you can actually have a life. So that was our coaching topic for today, which was really fun.
So that was brand new,
Yeah,
and
brand
we
new.
have more things in the works. And so we do
Every
focus
week.
on the membership, and that is why we closed the membership. So we have time to develop these new things for you guys.
Yep.
So
Yep, for sure.
that's how we do it around here.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it. That's how we do it.
Uh,
All right, you guys. Nursing School of Success.com/study system for the study system. You've got to get this and use the coupon code STUDY for $10 off. Oh, but that's only good while we are live on this video, okay?
Right after we're live, I am going to slowly walk over and turn that off.
Turn off that coupon
I will
code.
walk slowly to give you guys a little bit of time, but definitely jump on that for sure.
Yes. Nursing School of Success.com/study system.
Sourdough.
Sourdough. Are you a member? Are you a Nursing SOS member? Are you a member? Are you a member? Are you a member?
It's all in there.
It's all in there. It's
the
under respiratory
section.
system. Yep, respiratory course.
All right.
Okay. Ashley, so good. I'm glad you enjoyed this live video.
Let us know.
Ashley,
let
you're
us know that
awesome.
you guys like it. Don't let us know if you don't like it.
Don't let me know if you don't like it.
And let
Just
us know.
hit the like button
Yes.
and pretend, even if you're like, these people are
Let us
weird,
know
I
what
don't
other
know who
topics
they
you guys
are.
want to jam about on future lives, because we're going to be going live to help you guys out. Tomorrow's NCLEX.
More often, yes.
After
Tomorrow
that,
yeah.
the world is your oyster.
Mhm.
So let us know. What do you
send us
guys
up-
want to talk about?
Oh, actually, hey, yeah, follow me on Instagram, please, because I've been doing lots of Instagram stories, and that's really fun. And actually, I was just going to poll everybody to see what they wanted us to do lives about.
Yeah,
So-
maybe a short or a community post or something.
Yep.
Jam on the likes.
Jam
I like
on
those
the
likes.
Yeah, hit that like button on YouTube and subscribe to us on YouTube. Can you believe we're almost at 100,000 YouTube subscribers?
That's a couple people. It's
What?
a few. That's a few people.
100,000? That is so many thousands.
There's about 100 of them.
About 100
About
of
100
them.
of them. So help us get to
You
100
guys.
grand.
Man,
That'll
is
make
crazy.
Christina's day.
That,
So hit the like, hit subscribe, and
that's
get
gonna
notified.
blow my mind. That is gonna blow my mind. Okay, well, thank you, friends, for joining. Yes, hit that like button, subscribe, share this YouTube video with someone who needs help with critical thinking,
Yes, the
or
lives-
just wants the kicks and the giggles.
The lives
you know.
are up on our YouTube, so go back through it if you want to refresh yourself on the DRC. It is up there on our YouTube channel.
If you know anybody who likes Hallmark as much as I do, send this video to them.
Tell them to join.
Tell them to be part of my world. All right.
All right. We'll see you guys
All right,
tomorrow.
friends.
We're talking about
See you tomorrow.
NCLEX.
We're talking about NCLEX.
Tomorrow-
Dina the Diva.
Wow, nice.
I love it.
Uh,
Tomorrow is our next live.
tomorrow, 7 Pacific,
Which is
7 p.m. Pacific.
10 p.m. Eastern time, because I can add 7 and 3 together.
All right. 7 Pacific,
Yep.
10 Eastern, and that is PMs.
That is in the nighttime. All right.
Take care, guys.
Can you guys tell that it's night? Because we're kind of going down here. All right. Bye, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.